Hi Virgo, and welcome to your November 2020 work and career reading. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. If you enjoyed the reading, please join us, subscribe. We are 15 people away from 2,000 subscribers. How crazy is that? Crazy. It really is. Anyway, but thank you to all of you who've joined the channel, showed your support with your likes, your comments, etc, etc. I so appreciate you. This has just been such a lovely experience. So let's just keep the momentum going, everybody. Please let me know how you like the videos, etc. And yeah, I'm hoping to bring in some new ones this month. I'm just trying to get my inspiration. So bear with me. The love readings will be out next week. So if you're interested in that, that will be the love reading for November 2020 for Virgo. So yeah, make sure you've got your notification bell clicked next to the subscribe button. Okay, let's get going. So we're looking at your work and career in this particular reading, Virgo, for November 2020. Spirit, this is, oh, they started without me. Here we go. We have broken open. I'm going to lay 4 cards down the centre to begin with. We have the rose kiss. Interesting. We have... oh, we have me dropping the cards. We have the land between. Bear with me. Gather up the cards. And we have one more, please, Spirit. Thank you. Close encounters. Okay, now this is interesting, and I always say it's interesting because I'm constantly interested. But what we have here is just contemplating a moment because I want to get this right for you, Virgo. This feels like you are going to have some form of awakening during the month of November. It feels like you're going to be, I mean, look at her in this meditative state, but it looks like her heart chakra is bursting open. The card says broken open. It kind of feels like they've just said to me at the end of your tether. So some of you, if you're really frustrated with your work situation, it's almost like you're going to be doing a lot of soul searching, but you're going to be brutally honest with yourself about what you want in your heart. And Spirit are supporting you doing this. They're supporting you taking the time to really look within and to say, do you know what? The reason I'm not happy is because I'm not following my true path. It's time for me to break out, to burst forth. I can't think of the expression, but to, like, you know, for your heart to burst. But I mean in a positive way. It's time for it to burst open with joy over what you're doing, you know. So stay with me here because this is a very interesting message. It feels like it's time to get passionate about something in your working life. You may be sitting there, some of you, and saying to yourself, look, I've applied for lots of jobs, or I've just lost my job. How on earth am I supposed to feel passionate when I'm under so much stress? But what they're saying is this is the best time for you to connect with your inner self and to be brutally honest with you about what it is you want, Virgo. They're supporting you in this. Spirit are supporting you because they are sending you the kiss of a rose. This is very, very special. This is about them sending you a magical gift, okay? You know, it's almost like they're seeing you as the beautiful rose that you are, and they're coming down, you know, as the ladybird to give you that kiss and to admire your qualities within, basically. I was going to say your beauty, but I'm trying to stay very much on a work focus here because it's a work reading. So what they're wanting you to do is to be brutally honest with yourself, to let your heart burst open, to see the beauty within. In other words, to look at your skills, to look at your attributes, and to really say to yourself, how am I best serving myself, the community, the people around me, and my path forward. I'm saying this in very spiritual language, so I do apologize if you're not into the spiritual language, but this is the message they're giving me, that you know, you need to look at your skills and attributes, Virgo, and to not do yourself down. It's time to really connect with your heart and your heart's desires here. They're saying that for a while you may have to settle for something that isn't quite there yet. I mean, we'll be doing clarifiers in a minute, but you know, you need to look at your heart's desires, but at the moment it feels like you're oh gosh, I'm struggling to find my words because they're throwing a lot of spiritual language at me at the moment, and I'm trying to concentrate on what I'm saying to you. It's a very powerful message for you today, Virgo. But they're saying, look, while you're heading, see on that piece of land, I hope you can see it in this light. Let me move it. Oh, it's not very good light, is it? Let me move it there. There we are. See, this is a temple. It looks like a temple. But in order to get to this temple, you've got to choose your path, okay? And there's some middle ground to be had. This is the message of this card. So you may say to me, look, SJ, I may have all the dreams in the world, and my inner desires may be to do, you know, such and such a career, but in actual fact, I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to get to it. I don't know how to reach my temple. And Spirit are saying to you, Virgo, that there may be some middle ground. There may be a compromise to be made here on your pathway to your temple. See what I mean? Does that make any sense to you whatsoever? It makes perfect sense to me, but I'm using very spiritual language. I am, you know, let me know what resonates with you here, okay? But they're saying you may feel like you're having to make a compromise in November. You may feel, after looking at what your wishes and desires are and saying, well, you know, okay, I'm looking at my qualities and my skills, but how on earth do I get to the thing I really want to do, which is this temple? And they're saying you may feel that it's a middle ground, that it's a bit of a compromise, but you're having a very close encounter for where you want to be. So what they're saying is, you know, this compromise may be short-lived because you are so close to achieving your goals, Virgo, but you have this pathway to take in order to get there. They've also just said to me that this rose is about your increased confidence. So it's one thing looking at your skills and your attributes, but using them, trusting them and stepping forward can sometimes take courage. It can sometimes take an increasing confidence. And they're saying this is why you're taking stepping stones, and maybe why, you know, you're having to choose your path quite carefully in order to be in this middle ground situation to finally reach where you want to be. But they're saying you are so close to it with the steps you're taking in November that you need to have faith here, Virgo. I know I went a very long way round explaining that to get to here, but I wanted you to see the steps and all of it in its entirety. So yeah, I hope that makes sense to you. What I'm going to do, and the reason why I've put them down the middle, is because I want to actually look on this side about how you're going to be feeling at each of these steps. And I know it's a work and career reading, but we need to take into account your mindset and your emotions. So I want to see how you're feeling about these steps. And then we're going to lay some tarot on this side to look at, if you take these steps, what will it lead to? Okay, so let's get your feelings. Thank you. Oh, they are so funny. Spirit are very funny, and they're one step ahead of me tonight. So in terms of, didn't I say you're breaking open your heart chakra? And here we have a woman holding a heart. Okay, so they really, really are labouring this point, Virgo. They want you to get in touch with your inner feelings here. And the card that came out was a storm warning. So they're saying, look, it may feel uncomfortable for you, Virgo. to actually look at your own skills, your own attributes, to open up your heart to what your true desires are with your work. And it may feel very uncomfortable, because sometimes staying in something that we're not particularly happy with, but it's comfortable, is easier. But they're saying, no, if you want to move forward towards your passions and your desires, there is going to be a feeling that, you know, you're going to be feeling a little bit unsettled, but you're to follow your heart, okay? It's nothing untoward, nothing bad is going to happen to you, but it's going to take some courage and some confidence, as I said before. So how will Virgo be feeling about the Rose's kiss, please? Thank you. Yeah, look, we've got you in a state of anxiety at the moment. So, you know, again, you may be a bit anxious. Again, this is a confidence issue for you, Virgo. Be very mindful of this in November. There's no reason for you not to feel confident. But, you know, it's easier said than done. I do appreciate that. So while Spirit are saying, you know, we adore you, we appreciate you, which is why we're sending you this kiss of a rose, but it's to symbolise the beauty within you, your qualities. They want you to have that same belief that they have about your inner qualities, in order to recognise how you could use those qualities and attributes to move forward in your career. And this is the same if you're applying for jobs. You're maybe lacking a bit of confidence. Maybe you've had a few knockbacks, a few rejections, Virgo, and it's making you anxious about standing up and saying, well, actually, I know I can do this, you know. This is what they're asking you to do, but they recognise that you might find that a bit difficult. Okay. What else, please? Can you give us another one to go with the Rose's kiss? Yeah, they're saying, look, put a strategy in place, Virgo. You know, don't let your worries become overwhelming here. All you've got to do is plan it. We know that Virgos love to plan, you know. You love your stepping stones. Contradict me if you will, Virgo. Please do, honestly, I'm open to contradiction. But, you know, every Virgo I've ever known has enjoyed forward planning, you know. So, you know, if you're worrying about a situation, get a pen and a piece of paper, or get your, you know, iPad open and basically, you know, say, okay, these are my skills. How can I use them to step forward? What sort of jobs, you know, would perhaps find those skills useful? You know, write yourself a journal about it, about the steps you're taking or your thoughts around the issue. Okay? So what about the land between? How will Virgo be feeling about the land between, please? How will Virgo be feeling? Here we go. Yeah, here's your strategy coming into play, because you're going to be thinking about it. You're going to be doing a lot of contemplating, because, you know, look, this thinking man is gazing into his crystal quartz. Quartz crystal, you know what I mean. And, you know, he's gazing, but he's really, you know, thinking, how is this going to work out? Which path am I going to take? What sort of compromises do I need to make here? And this is where the strategy comes into play. So yeah, you are going to be feeling able, regardless if you're feeling a little bit, you know, challenged by this situation. If you're wanting to move forward, you are going to step into this mode of thinking it through, Virgo, finding your strategy. And they want to reassure you that you have the protection of Archangel Michael. He's going to keep you very grounded, because he looks after the base chakra, which is your overall well-being, but also about keeping your feet on the ground, you know. So, you know, you're not worrying about being swept up in things or going on flights of fancy. You know, you're really going to be quite methodical. And Spirit want you to know that Archangel Michael is present, watching over you, Virgo, and keeping you protected with the steps you're taking. So he will help you work through any feelings of worry or unsettled feelings or anxiety that you may have during November. They're natural. Any changes we make in our lives, you know, make us feel a bit nervous, and that's all I'm picking up. I'm not picking up huge major anxiety. I'm picking up feelings of, you know, a bit of a lack of confidence and nervousness, and they're saying you have the qualities here, Virgo. Archangel Michael supporting you. Know that you've got good backing there. So what about close encounters? How will Virgo feel about close encounters, please? Gosh, you've got another archangel looking after your emotions here. This is Archangel Shamael, who, you know, is looking after your solar plexus chakra, which is all about your emotional nerve center. Okay, so, you know, you've got such strong angelic backing. You're so close to achieving your goals, you know, by following these steps. You know, you're having a close encounter with what you're dreaming of. And what I've just realized is the shape of this cage to me is very sort of like temple-like or church-like, or, you know, whichever way you look at it, it just is that sort of shape for me. So, you know, we have this temple here that you're aiming for, and we have it here in all its glory. You're so close to it, but you've got this fantastic angelic backing. Archangel Michael, Archangel Shamael, perfect. What else, please? How else will Virgo be feeling? You're going to be feeling victorious, Virgo. So look, it's really worth just, you know, putting on your big girl pants, as we say, and stepping forward, because victory is yours to be had here. You are so close to your victory. And that is why the archangels are backing you here, because they know that, you know, you're so close to it. And the next card that came up in the pack is the Sun, which means that, you know, you're going to be having a lot of happiness. You're going to feel victorious, and overcoming those initial wobbles, that your initial worries, is going to be so worth it, because it's all going to be really positive for you. Right, let me put those down, because, let me just have a drink of water. Okay, I'm going to use these tarot, and what we're going to look at now, because we know how you're feeling about the steps, and we know that you're going to be feeling fantastic as you work through these steps. But let's see, in a physical sense, what's going to happen next if you take these particular actions. So if Spirit, if Virgo actually really look within and let their feelings come out about what it is they want to achieve, what will be the next steps? What will be the next steps, please? Thank you. Oh gosh, look at you. Look at you here. Why? Spirit are saying this is what you will need to overcome. So when you open up your heart, it's going to feel a bit scary. That's why they said, you know, they recognise, they gave you the storm warning card earlier. They recognise that you're going to be unsettled by it. But they're saying they don't want you to stay. Let me just take this next card, because I'm trying to hold the pack. It's that one, isn't it? Yeah. They don't want you to stay in this energy where you're keeping yourself trapped in your negative thinking. This girl here, and I always explain this card because it's so important for us to hear. This girl here looks as though she's trapped, but she's trapped because she's choosing to be trapped. There are no knots tying these cords around her hands. She could free herself very easily. She could take off her blindfold and walk between the swords and just walk away. She's even got her broomstick she could fly away on. She has a little bird here trying to tell her so, but she's choosing not to listen because she's keeping herself trapped in a negative mindset. So they're saying the next step would be, in terms of getting in touch with what you really want, what you're passionate about, is to ignore the chatter in your head, Virgo, about all the reasons why you shouldn't move forward. Because if you overcome that energy and you put the work in, there are riches to be had here. And I use the word riches quite sort of openly. You know, I'm not saying you're going to be a millionaire. You might be. But, you know, what we're saying is that if you overcome these feelings of negativity and you put in this work, then, you know, you will get your reward. That's probably a better way of putting it, to be honest. you know, you will get your reward. So it's, be mindful, Virgo, if you're feeling negative or you're lacking that self-confidence, that actually if you step up and, you know, put the effort in, there are rewards here for you. So what about the Rose's Kiss? If Virgo recognises their qualities, what will be the next steps, please, Spirit? Yeah, look at this, wish fulfillment. The Star card is a fabulous card. This is about wish fulfillment. And so, you know, if you recognize your qualities, you act on your qualities, you know, you plan your way forward based on your heart's desires, then you stand an excellent chance, Virgo, of your wishes being fulfilled. So why do we have the Land Between? If Virgo settle, if they, you know, choose their right path, Spirit, what would happen next? What are the next steps that Virgo needs to take? Thank you. Yeah, they're saying, again, there's this honesty thing, because we have the Devil card here, which is a card of trickery. Trickery is a lovely word, and it's the word of the moment from Spirit. They're using this in a lot of my readings today. So, you know, they're saying it's not a time for self-deceit, Virgo, okay? It's a time for brutal honesty with yourself. And it's not a time for putting yourself down and deluding yourself about what you're capable of. It is a time to look at your actual qualities and be kind to yourself and be positive with yourself, because, you know, that is what's going to bring you closer to the goals that you're putting in place. You know? Let's just see what else comes up with the Devil card. So what else? What else about this Land Between energy? What are the next steps for Virgo, please? Yeah, you're going to have choices, okay? There are going to be choices. So if you've been applying for jobs, you're going to have choices about where you apply to next, or you may have choices in terms of, this is a page, so there may be some information that comes into you that enables you to make a choice about what you do next, okay? So, you know, you're going to be thinking much more clearly, because once you've got in touch with your inner self and, you know, you're much more honest about what you can achieve, and I mean in a really positive way. I don't want you to take that in a negative way. I mean this in a very positive way. Spirit have given you the Rose's Kiss to appreciate your qualities, Virgo. And they want you to do the same. They want you to see your qualities and attributes in the wonderful light that Spirit see them in. Okay, and once you've done that, you'll be better placed to make a choice as to which direction you want to go in your career, you know. So you've already travelled a long way. You've already put a lot of work in, Virgo. And you see this page here, Page of Pentacles, is tossing a coin to try and decide. So you will have some decisions to make, and they're saying it's really important that you're honest about, you know, about supporting yourself in terms of, you know, being your own cheerleader, basically, and not get into this negative thinking again, because they said you're going to be in a much better position to make a choice. So let's, yeah, sorry, I should have taken that, shouldn't I, Spirit? Spirit have just, as I was shuffling, they turned a couple of cards the wrong way over. I don't know if I can find it. It's in this little section here. It was the Ace of Wands. And they threw that out based on what I'd just been saying to you. Here it is. They're saying they want it here with the Page of Pentacles, because they're saying, you know, you maybe hear some information, or you may have decided which route you want to take because of your inner soul searching. So you'll be deciding your direction, but what they're saying to you is you really do have a new opportunity coming your way. The aces are always beginnings. It's a new beginning. It's a chance to be creative. It's a time to take action, Virgo. And this is why they're saying to you, don't trick yourself into thinking you can't move forward, because you have choices to make, and you also have a card of action. This is the time to take action. It is the beginning of your new exciting venture, okay? Venture or adventure, whichever way you want to look at it, you know, the opportunity is there. Like I always say, this is for your own, you have your own free will. If you choose not to take whatever comes up, that's totally up to you, Virgo. It's totally up to you. You know, it's your choice, it's your free will. But, you know, Spirit is saying these opportunities are here for you. So we have the Close Encounters card. Yeah, you have the opportunity to make a major change here. Let me just take that card as well. So we know that it's going to bring you, we had these fabulous cards here. A card, you're going to be feeling victorious. You've got the protection of your emotional protection from Archangel Shamael. And you have the Sun card, which is a card of huge happiness because you are so close to your goal, as we saw before. And if it's big changes you're looking for, it's here. Those of you who don't know the tarot, or, you know, just aren't familiar with the tarot, this is the Death card. But the Death card in tarot is all about a major transition, a transformation, a major change. So if you are wanting a major change, you know, and you want to follow your heart's desires, it's here for you in November. Okay, you are going to be on your path. I'm not saying your life is going to dramatically change necessarily in November. For some of you it might, because this is a very general reading. But what I'm saying is you're putting things in place to move closer to your goal, which, you know, the steps from there will be major change in your working life. And let's see what this is. Yep. And you're not going to be hesitant about taking the path you know that you belong on, because you're going to feel so good about it. You're going to feel so happy about it. You're going to feel victorious about it, Virgo. So, you know, basically the upshot of this reading is that you know, it's here again, it's here for the taking. I said this in a previous reading for another sign. You know, you are so close to achieving your heart's desires. You have the wish fulfillment card here. You have a card of major change and, you know, knowing its route. They're saying, you know, you may hesitate before you take the path, but you will know which path you want to go on. And it's up to you how you take it and how it looks to you, because it will be different for all of you. So that's there are exciting times ahead for you, Virgo. I'm going to just pull out a couple of Moonology cards just to get some overall messages. Literally, we're going to do one or two. So, Spirit for Virgo, please. Oh, they already know the format here. Yeah, they're saying don't let the past hold you back, Virgo. So important. So if you're having any self-doubt, as we saw with the anxiety card, if you're having any self-doubt in your abilities, it's time to put them to one side. You know, don't let past fears hold you back. So if you've been looking to apply for a job or a promotion that you think you may not just be up to, you know, that it's maybe a bit beyond your capabilities, this is the month to sit down, to contemplate for a while and say, do you know what? I think if I got that job, I could grow. So I'm going to use my qualities and attributes. I'm going to look at it like Spirit see me, you know, in all my glory, and I'm not going to let my doubts hold me back. I'm going to move forward. How fabulous is that? Love that. Thank you, Spirit. And look at this, Virgo. Prosperity lies ahead. So have faith, have confidence, you know. You've got wish fulfillment here. We've got rewards for your work. Okay? So, yeah, be confident. Go with it, Virgo. Be fantastic. Put those doubts to one side. They don't belong in your life anymore, frankly. Right, Virgo, I'm going to draw it to a close there. I hope you enjoyed tonight's reading. If you did, please drop me a like. If any of you are interested in a personal reading so that we can look at your work situation in more detail, it doesn't have to be a work reading. It can be, you know, a relationship reading also, or whatever. So please have a look in the information below, drop me an email. If you enjoyed the reading and you haven't already subscribed, then please do. I would love to have you on board. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers. It's exciting. I may just burst with excitement, seriously. I really might. It's really quite crazy, honestly. Anyway, enough rambling. I'm going to finish here. So thank you for all your support, Virgo. As always, have a beautiful end of October. Take these opportunities, Virgo. Put any doubts to one side and have a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful November and a beautiful future as a result. Take care, Virgo. Speak soon. Bye.